And the winner of the 2026 SBD World's Strongest Man is, hey, this is Joe Big House Kenn, and you're with Coach Chad Coy. And this is the final wrap-up. And we do have a crowned winner. And it is
Mitchell Hooper.
Mitchell Hooper. Grit, one of the grittiest athletes I've ever been around. He doesn't win an event until he didn't need to win an event. He finished in second across the board with 2 joints, wound up spacing out, finishing ahead of Rayno Nel by 2 places. All it was a head-to-head battle. Whoever wins stones, regardless of where they placed, was going to be the world's strongest man. And Mitch Hooper got 4 stones faster than Rayno and is now the two-time world's strongest man. What do you think, Chad?
I think that guy is the most consistent athlete to walk on the field in the last couple of years. And I'll tell you what, consistency wins, period.
And again, you have to look at it from the standpoint of, right, we always talk about it. Not winning events, people talk about, oh, you didn't win an event, but he won what was mattered, the title, World's Strongest Man 2026. And I mean, we've talked with Big Nick Best about this when we were talking about different event winners, where this might have been the first time in World's Strongest Man history where only 2 men won all the events. Rayno Nel swept day 1, and your man, Trey Mitchell, swept day 2. And then the guy who comes in second on all of them is your champion. 3 flat-out seconds and 2 joint seconds nailed the championship for Mitch. Rayno Nel, obviously, the silver medalist. These guys had Rayno Nel had 52 and Mitch Hooper had 54 points. They were battling from the start of finals, but underneath that, there was some jockeying for position all 2 days where people were climbing up and back for that podium position. And with 36 points, my man right here, Chad Coy, broke the 4th place spell, and the big thicket, Trey Mitchell, gets his first podium at World's Strongest Man by being the only man to do all 5 stones. Congratulations, my friend.
It was. I called it yesterday. I obviously came through on the deadlift, but you know what? He won the stones. He won the log. The log, he had plenty more in the tank. You know?
Yeah, my man Nick Best wanted him to go for the record.
Yeah, he could have broken the world's strongest man log press record, which was 485. If Foytu had knocked on the 480, we'd have taken the next lift. I know he'd have gotten it because he had it in the tank. But I'll tell you what, I was very proud of Trey. Again, another gritty performance, because you know what, he was in the hole. He's in 8th place coming in the day, and he was down. I mean, he was way out, and everyone's like, he can't make it. It's like, well, if we win both events, we'll have a good shot. And he came through big. The log was awesome, and I'll tell you what, when he went to the stones, we had a lot of talk, and it's like, it's just Trey. Trey, just go be Trey. And Trey loaded all 5 stones that no one else loaded. And last year, only Tom loaded all 5 stones. So, I mean,
and Trey needed that to climb over some people to finish 4th last year.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, super happy for you guys.
Super happy
awesome. For Trey. He's been knocking on the door. Being on the podium at World's Strongest Man is the epitome of this sport. It's the title that everybody wants to claim. And now that breaking the door, now it's over for you guys. You got to chase wins now. Yeah. But again, those 3 guys, they're our podium. But again, all through the day, both days, the jockeying for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th place was tight. Pavlo Kordiaka came storming back with a great second day himself. He finished 4th with 31.5 points, joint with Andre Foytu, but Pavlo had the faster stones, 4 stones faster than Andre. Martins Lisis had a very solid.
He was awesome all day.
Solid second day. He finishes 6th with 30.5. Matt Ragg, 29. Eddie Williams, who was going into the day, 3rd. Tough outing on the log. He could not get the opening log at 375. That gives you 0 points. And then it was just trying to do the best he could in the stones. 3 stones puts him at 8th at 26. Nick Guardione, give it up for Nick. He proved he's worthy of being here and doesn't have to worry about anybody doubting his talents ever again. And then Austin Andrade, I'm sure, would have shooken up some of that upper 4th through 8th places if he was able to finish out.
Maybe
with a
even
concussion.
maybe even the 3rd place.
Yeah, he might have been on the podium himself. But that's the name of the game. You come to compete. The cards were shuffled for everyone. Everybody played their game. And in the end, Mitch Hooper won, Rayno Nel 2, and the Big Thicket 3. Let's talk a little bit about both events. I would say that we saw a lot of surprises in the log.
Yes, 100%.
Martins and Mitch Hooper making 50-pound jumps after every athlete had to attempt the first log at 375. A lot of the athletes took all the necessary jumps. I think Foyt, Mitch, and Martins were the only ones who passed on lifts. But Martins, I give Martins a lot of credit, and I give Mitch a lot of credit for going from 375 to 420. That's almost a 50-pound jump. To me, that's a big jump in overhead press work, regardless if you're the strongest men in the world or not.
20 kilos is crazy, and just to make that jump and then to make some choices. I mean, Foyt had the opportunity. He could have taken the weight of 470 with Trey, but he decided to make the jump to really push it, which again, strategically, hey man, you go all in. You're just swinging for the fences. He did. He missed 480. If he'd had to go to if he'd hit it, we'd had to go a little bit more, but we were able to shut it off at 470, leave a little bit of left in the tank for the stones.
And again, Trey won that event with a massive 470 with more in the tank. I was super impressed with Mitch Hooper's 460. I was super impressed with Rayno Nel's 200 kilogram 440, which I heard was like a 15 kilogram.
Yeah, it was a PR.
15 kilogram PR. So the two top dogs came to play. They had separated themselves so much. It was just a matter of who was going to finish it out. And then the biggest ones were who was going to jockey for positions for that 3rd podium finish. And Trey Mitchell, 2 wins, Rayno Nel 3 wins. They wanted all the event wins, and all those points made a difference because of those wins. Both of them saw themselves on the podium.
I want to give some mad props to Hooper, because we're all back there. We're all sitting there talking. It's like, and he decides he's going to take this. It's like I'm don't think I'm going to be honest. I own this, Mitch. I own this. I said he wasn't going to get it. I said, I don't think you're going to get it. I'm
never doubting Mitch Hooper.
Hey, I'm not doubting Mitch Hooper. But I will say this. I told him you're not going to get it. I said, it won't matter because, you're Andre, and I think Andre and Trey will beat you. So if Andre had taken 470 and Trey took 470, they would have beat him.
They might still be pressing if he would have took the 470.
I think we might have went to 500 pounds. Now, at that same point, Mitch kind of looked at me, and he goes, he took that as a challenge. He took it the way it was. And again, I doubted. And you know what? He shut me up. And I will say, Mitch, you know what? Hey, buddy, you know what? You did the job. And I really appreciate the grit, because that was a gutsy, press.
That's the only way you can say it. And that's what I told him afterwards when I saw him. You're one of the most grittiest performers I've ever seen. And again, I saw that when he won the group my first year I coached Brian in Sacramento. I was like, this guy's going to win one. It's just a matter of when. And now he's got 2. And he is rolling now. He is the only athlete to do the Grand Slam, and this year he could do the mini Grand Slam and win all 3 big events in the same year. So never ever doubt the competitiveness and the grit and the want of Mitch Hooper. Rayno Nel obviously distraught. I felt for him, but again, he's 2 for 2. Not a bad way to start your World's Strongest Man career with the 1st and a 2nd. And then Trey, after, 6 times, 4 in the finals, or 8 times?
Eight trips to the World's Strongest Man, 6 in the finals. He had
3 fourths.
3 fourth places.
Now we get to take pictures with the trophy. That was awesome.
Pretty awesome.
I was teared up a little bit, trying to hold back because I was so happy for you guys and how hard you worked.
And guys, I did cry. I just had sunglasses on so no one could see.
There was definitely sunglasses being worn. Yeah. And again, shout out to all the guys. Like these are, even if you look at this event, if you trace back to this event, the Arnold, the Rogue, and the Strongest Man on Earth, the competitiveness and the point spread between top to bottom was so negligible, except for this one, and this was the one difference. But 3rd through 8th, and the depth of the strongman world right now, it has to be some of the best it's been in the history of strongman.
I think this was the most competitive World's Strongest Man I've seen. There were so many good guys. And then to see, do you have guys like Evan and Tom not make it? Oh, my God. It's just been crazy. And then these guys all battled out and it was jockeying back and forth. But again, I will come back for myself as a strength athlete all my life and being part of this culture. You know, it's just really good to watch the guys, the camaraderie, you know, the pure fellowship of the sport, the brotherhood.
Yeah, there was no sore losers, and people were generally happy for the people that may have beat them, or they may have not felt they had the best their best efforts as far as the results. I don't want to say they didn't give effort, but everybody expects to do better when it doesn't go their way. So with that being said, again, congrats to Mitch Hooper, 2-time world's strongest man. Congrats to Rayno Nel. And again, being a little biased, super congrats to the big thicket, man. I'm so happy for him. Trey Mitchell, Rayno Nel, Mitch Hooper, your podium at the 2026 SBD World's Strongest Man Comp. Till the next time me and Chad get together, peace.